Need some fast, cheap, reliable MUT coins? Go to MMOXP.com and use discount code MONEYSHOT for 5% off your order. Link in the description below. Welcome back, YouTubers and Madden fans. This is Madden Money Shot, sniffing up the Madden cheese as always. Got a video today where I'm going to be going over some of the defenses that were mentioned in the November 19th title update. Essentially, EA said that they patched some reaction times in cover 2, cover 3, and they made some changes to cover 4 quarters, cover 4 palms, trying to address some of the issues in those particular defenses. So I wanted to make a video basically updating you guys on how to beat them. And when I say beat them, I mean glitch them out, hit some home runs. I'm not going to put out some dink and dunk plays. We're going to go after touchdowns against these formations, because that's typically what I try to do in my videos. So today's video, I'm working out of the Saints playbook because it's probably the most popular playbook in the game. It's also a playbook that had some of the most changes. You can see right here we have the Taysom Hill package. We have a couple of them actually that are in there. We're going to work out of a couple of them too. We're going to work out of the new Taysom Hill slot, which is really a repackaged name. It's a different name than it was before, and I'm going to use some plays out of these formations as well. But ultimately, like I said, this is really going after. We're gonna touch on every one of those defenses I just named: cover 2, cover 3, and cover 4, and we're going to show you guys how you can really destroy them now post patch. Other than that, if you guys want to see some plays out of some of the new defensive formations that they put out, do me a favor, hit the like button and let me know in the comment section. Now, I'm going to start off with the cover 2 and work my way back to cover 3 and cover 4. I have noticed a few differences. We're going to start off out of the gun tight offset, and we're going to start off with the bench play. Before I start the video, if you guys are planning on buying coins for the upcoming promos, whether it's the Journey promo or the Thanksgiving promo, make sure you do that now, because price could always go up based off of demand. So don't wait until the promos drop. Go to my sponsor site, MMOXP.com. They got the cheapest coins on the market, and use discount code MONEYSHOT to save 5% off your order. Link in the description below. So when the last patch came out, I made a video how I thought they totally made cover 2 overpowered, and I made a video pointing out how the reaction time of the corners was crazy, how they could just basically cover a streak route, which is what I'm going to show you right here with Kimura. They could cover that streak route, and then they still had the ability to get back on pretty much any route on the field. That's how fast they were. In the patch, they mentioned that they decreased the reaction time, which I think was totally totally necessary, because like I said, to me, they really made cover 2 overpowered. To me, they kind of toned that down now. This was the setup the last patch. This is pretty much how I was setting up my cover 2 plays, which prior to that patch, you could run just a straight up bench switch concept, and the Y route will get really wide open, which you can see here. It's having that success again. I mean, obviously, if I pull that safety back, it would be helpful. I still think that streaking is important. When it comes to having one of these routes in a streak, I can use a running back, or I could use Cook. I can motion over Ginn. I can motion over any number of those guys. I still think having that RB route in that role is important. You can see how much wider that gets open now, but ultimately, I don't feel it's as necessary. I feel like they patched it backwards, like I was saying. I feel like now, I feel like the flat route is not necessarily the way to go either. Like I said, I'm doing this out of multiple looks here. But if I use the flat route, like I said, I mean, there you see he drops all over that, and it just gives me that window. But it's not as necessary. Before, you needed the flat route. I feel like now you don't necessarily need that at all. You don't need, I mean, the streak, like if I wanted to, I could leave Kamara in the backfield. If I want to work the other side, I can leave Kamara in the backfield. You can see how, even with the tight end side, which typically the tight end isn't as fast, you can see how the reaction time is delayed, and this is a much better play now. Now, the big difference to me, though, when it comes to the new cover 2, where the previous patch, the cornerbacks covered much greater distance, now I feel like the safeties cover much greater distance, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. The last patch, I put out some cover 2 plays that really attacked up the seam. I'm going to use the PA shot seam here as an example. But I'm going to show you how the safeties now are a little bit more of the issue when it comes to cover 2. They cover more radically from sideline to sideline. So let's pick Tampa 2. So to me, the B route was a really good cover 2 beating route here prior to this patch, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Here, I mean, I can still get it in, but it's a much tighter. You see, he knocks the ball out. He's right there. If you watch my gameplay videos, you've seen me score touchdowns on this particular play a lot more often than you're going to see now. Now I'm going to have a lot of trouble getting this B route where I want it. I mean, it's a much tighter window. You can see right there. I mean, I really don't have much space between the cornerback and the safety. So a lot of times I really would attack cover twos with a play like this in my game plays, which isn't something that I really put out. But now that we have the patch the way that it is, I find that it's even more important to pull back the safeties, because the safeties are covering more ground. They're doing a better job than the cornerbacks. So right here I got that streaking B route, you know what I'm saying, just a slight adjustment, and you can see how easily we can destroy cover two once again. So you really have to kind of flood these concepts. You have to flood these routes. So I'm going to motion this guy across, put him in a bunch, set streak the A route too, just to keep those safeties honest. And then, like I said, I'm just going to get this, you know, that streaking B route is really the key now. As you can see, he still covers it. You know what I mean? He still covers that ground and gets over there. So to me, the same difference when it comes to cover three is, to me, the safeties, once again, are reacting better. I feel like safeties were the biggest improvement when it comes to this patch. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about with my classic verticals play. If you guys watch my channel, you know I love this play. So to me, they altered this a little bit. So let's go ahead and let's pick that, and then we're going to pick cover three sky. Now, for one, I didn't used to have to motion out the running back. Like when I originally released this, I had to motion out the running back, but after a while I realized I really didn't have to. And you can see, once again, the pass leading isn't there. I don't know how he came down with that, whatever, but typically that's not going to happen. But the pass leading, I can't get the same pass lead that I usually get. But ultimately, I have to run this play like this now. I have to motion out this running back to get the look that I want, which I could have got that touchdown pretty much any way I wanted to not too long ago prior to the patch. But like I said, you can see once again, I mean, the pass lead, I can't really seem to get it away the way that I want, and you can see how the safety is a lot closer. The play still works at the bottom line, which is good for me because I love this play. But ultimately, you can see, number one, it doesn't seem like I can pass lead the same way, and number two, the safety gets there a lot closer. So like I said, once again, we're pass leading as hard as we can, and we're not getting much of a pass lead at all. Like we're really, it's coming off like a regular bullet pass. Now, part of me feels like when they take away something like pass leading, it's going to come back in the form of an X factor. I've already kind of accused EA of that. Like they don't really create stuff; they take stuff away to give it back to you, to repackage it and give it back to you. So don't be surprised if there's an X factor that comes out with amazing pass leading abilities. I wouldn't be shocked. So the next play I'm going to pick to attack cover three is going to be the mesh. This one here is one of the better ones I find post patch. Which is something I've also already put out. But let's go and let's attack cover three one more time. We'll go and we'll switch it over to cover three match this time. So ultimately, this play right here, I've run this a couple different ways. Once again, to me, you really have to move the safety. If I just do the simple setup, I mean, I've done this in the past. You can see right there, the safety's right on it. So I have to move that safety once again with a motion. So we're going to do that. So like I said, the safeties play better. So let's go ahead and let's motion. Like I said, now we have to do, this was the original way I put it out. Now I have to motion over Kimura. I have to motion those safeties for these plays to be successful. And then you can see once again, the pass leading is not there. I can't pass lead it any better than that. But you can see the play still works because I motion that safety over. So pre-patch, these safeties would just fail. I didn't have to make this a motion. They would just fail flat out. I didn't have to worry about that. They would either just drop or they would sag off or they just wouldn't do a good job. Now post patch, they're much better, and I have to move them to get the spacing success that I want. And then, like I said, the most troubling part of this, I don't know if it's just me, but I'm having issues pass leading. I feel like they've taken away that ability to really alter the ball. But you can see right here, like I'm pass leading away as far as possible, and it's very minimal success in pass leading. Very minimal, nothing at all. So, I mean, I went ahead, I switched out Teddy Bridgewater here. Not that I think, you know, this is a huge thing at all, but, I mean, I'm not going to have any success. Like I said, there, it's a slightly better pass lead. So I don't know what to say about that, but I'm getting a better pass lead from the backup quarterback. So I don't know. I don't know if it's based off of throw power. Like I said, the patch just came out. I'm recording this the day that the patch came out, so I don't necessarily have all the facts, but there's something to this here. So I don't, like I said, I'm just going to check. I don't know if it's throw power because throw power is the same. I don't know if it's accuracy because Drew Brees has a better accuracy, obviously. So I don't understand. You know, might be hit or miss as far as quarterbacks go around the game, but it's strange. It's definitely weird to see that. So to me, it almost seems like the accuracy of Drew Brees might be the issue. I feel like the accuracy might be working against him. So we're going to continue the rest of this video with Teddy Bridgewater just to see if that's the case. Other than that, the next play I'm going to pick is for cover 4 quarters. I'm going to pick the Saints drive out. This is a one-play touchdown against cover 4 quarters with really no adjustments at all pre-snap or pre-patch. And I'm going to show you how it doesn't really work that way anymore. So we're just going to continue with cover 4 quarters. The video was saying, or the Patriots was saying cover 4 palms. So maybe I'll try to find that. But I mean, it's really the same. I mean, they're all pretty much cover 4 quarters. I don't know where, it's the same idea. Palms, cover 4 quarters. Here's cover 4 palms. So let's pick that. So pre-snap, all you had to do was motion this guy out, and this Y route would be a home run. Looks like it still kind of is, as you can see right there. I mean, that's I was noticing it wasn't working against cover 4 quarters, so maybe that's part of the issue. But against palms, I guess there is a slight difference because this is working here. They're just giving it a huge a huge amount of separation there. I could have got that ball off a little bit quicker, but you can see how against they suggested that palms was fixed. Where here it actually looks way worse. But you can see the coverage is a little bit tighter than it usually was. I mean, if I threw that ball a little bit earlier or a little bit later there, it might have been more successful. So let's go and let's check out cover 4 quarters, because like I said, when I was practicing this, I was practicing against cover 4 quarters, and it was getting stopped. But obviously palms, maybe that's a worse setup. So let's go and let's go. Like I said, originally I had this planned out for cover 4 quarters to show you that it doesn't work, and then that happened. So like I said, this is the actual cover 4 quarters. You can see how here's the coverage is going to be better. And for whatever reason, he's going to catch up pretty much every time. I don't know if it's based off of the player, but it does feel like they patched this to an extent, but they didn't necessarily patch the scheme. So let's go ahead and let's go back to the main screen here. Ultimately, when you're attacking cover 4 quarters, you need 5 routes. And if you look at the Saints drive out here, essentially this play has 5 routes. 4 of them are short and 1 of them are deep. And that's really the way that you beat this defense. You need a lot of short routes and a deep route. So to me, the way that I attack cover 4 quarters typically is I go to this formation, which, like I said, the name changed. It wasn't the Taysom Hill slot. It was something else. But the Saints mesh wheel was always the play. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pick that, and then I'm going to continue. I'm going to go back to the cover 4 quarters because that obviously seems slightly better. So let's continue there. But this is something that I've done out of the Niners playbook. You can find plays like this. All you need is a bunch of short routes, which you can see we have 3 short routes. I'm going to motion over Kamara, and you're going to see how Smith here is going to get open wide. Like I said, the wheel route there is technically a short route. So like I said, watch how this X route glitches out here. As you can see right here, there's just nothing there. You know what I mean? So all those short routes, for whatever reason, glitches out the defense. If I don't motion out Kamara, it doesn't work the same way. I'll show you what I'm talking about. The biggest issue is, I mean, you see right there, the cornerback's following the X receiver across the field, bottom line. But the biggest issue with this play is because you have to have 5 routes, you don't have as much pass coverage. But if you want a home run play like this, you just have to buy some time with your legs. So, like I said, right here, going to go ahead, we're going to get that off. Like I said, he's just glitching past the defense. My dude can't even keep up with the throw. The throw's been behind every time. Now, another good play that I find that really glitches out cover 4 quarters is out of the empty Y Saint. Also, I think it's also called the Eagle H tight or the Eagle H slot or something like that in custom books. But the Saints drag is a play that, once again, you can see I have a bunch of short routes. And only, you know, I was going to pick the play. So let's go into cover 4 quarters. But like I said, you have all these short routes, which, like I said, that really is important to glitching out this defense. All I'm going to do is motion across Cook, put him on a streak, and you're going to see how this defense glitches out once again. Because like I said, to me, this is really not a good defense. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to pass lead away. You can see it's, I don't know what it is about this formation that when there's a receiver going to the sideline and a lot of short routes, it just glitches it out. I couldn't tell you what the issue is, but like I said, this guy going to the sideline will draw the double coverage. You can see how these guys pull away, and now this guy's just running. You know, if I had a faster tight end, it'd be even nicer. And like I said, I really like the pass lead more towards the center of the field than I got. So I went ahead and switched out my quarterback once again because, like I said, for some reason Drew Brees isn't getting it done. So right here, like I said, I can motion over this slot receiver the same way, and then you can see right here I get a better pass lead away from the coverage. Like I said, I don't know why Drew Brees is having that issue. If it's the accuracy that's locking him in, I don't know. So like I said, I never suggest running cover 4 quarters. There's way too many ways to glitch it. Hopefully now you know the secret. Like I said, 5 routes, short routes, and a receiver threatening the sideline combined with a streak will definitely glitch out cover 4. Like I said, I don't think they'll ever really fix cover 4. But that's it. That's the video. So if you guys want to see more update videos like this about coverages when the patches come out, let me know in the comment section with the like button. Other than that, thanks for watching. Mad Money Shot out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.